Hey Brickheads, Scott with 36 Bricks here. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the progress of my Grand Boutique Hotel. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so I am super excited to showcase this build. Been working on it for a while, and when it first came out, it was kind of one of those situations where I wasn't too thrilled about the coloring and some of the look and appeal of the build. And it's really kind of grown on me, and I really wanted to expand on it. So, wanted to give you guys a couple updates on the progress. So as you can see, I've made a lot of progress on the build. I want to kind of showcase my plans for this build and what we have. So, alright, so coming around to the side, I need to work on this side of the build just a little bit. I need to actually punch in or put in the different boutiques that are going in. So the first floor or street level floor is all going to be boutiques. So there's going to be I'm thinking either 3 or 4 small boutiques here and on this side, as well as 2 boutiques in the front, and then the same 3 or 4 boutiques on the sides. So I still have to put in the doors and the entryways and all that kind of fun stuff, but for the most part, it's gonna look exactly like this. Now, the second floor, and I'll show you the interiors in a little bit, but the second floor is actually going to be the entrance of the hotel itself. So you can kind of see as we go through. Right now it is completely empty, but this is the entryway to. So this is the entryway. Now, as far as stairs go, we do have the stairs going up on each side. I went ahead and connected all that. This is going to be kind of the grand entrance stairway, and I'm kind of thinking to have, some gating here, because I've seen that in old architecture where the front gates are, or front doors are kind of gated, and then you have regular doors. So I'm really thinking about that kind of aspect. And then so this particular floor is going to be made up of the lobby, and I'll go into a little bit more detail when I open this bad boy up. Now, moving on to the third floor. The third floor is going to be made up of nothing but hotel rooms, and these hotel rooms do have open balconies on the sides, which are kind of neat. It goes again along the same theme and look as what was given to us in the actual build. Again, I wanted to really keep the essence of the build and keep the overall look and feel of the build. I just wanted to make it bigger and have it a true hotel. Because the original build, if I'm being honest, was more of like an Airbnb style build. Because it had very, very little rooms. There was only 1 bathroom, and I just wanted to expand and kind of make it a little bit more. This, as far as the fourth floor goes, it's kind of the same thing. We have a little bit bigger hotel rooms, and again, they all have bathrooms and interior details, and I will showcase that in a little bit. Now, knowing my OCD and everything, currently, I don't really care or like this overall look right here. I wish those were green, but as far as I know, and I really haven't done a whole lot of deep dive on it, but as far as I know, they don't make those pieces in sand green. So if I do a little bit more research and I find them, or they come out with them at some point, then I will go ahead and purchase those or get the sets that have those, and then go ahead and change that up. So that is another plan of mine as far as in the future. Now, I've actually showcased updates as far as pictures go, and people have showcased several ideas, and they have all been amazing. Now, I do want to give you guys a heads up as far as this is. I have combined 4 boutique hotels as well as a slew of my own parts. Now, if you take a look at the second floor, or what would be the main entrance, these are 100% my parts. Those didn't span from any of the sets, versus the ground floor level, the third floor, and the fourth floor all have all are using the pieces from those sets. I don't have much left over. So that's that. Now, coming up to the roof, I did want to keep the essence of the build. I really love these domes, and since I had 4 of them, I went ahead and put one as kind of the primary focal point in the middle, and then we have one over here, one over here, and one over here. Now, the roof, or what would essentially be now the 5th floor, is going to be a smaller one. Now, a lot of people have said to move this forward, or a couple people said to move this forward, but I just want it snug up against the back here, because this particular build is going to be going up against another build. So not sure exactly which build it's going to be from my city, but it is going to go snug up against a build toward the back. So that's why all of this is flat. I tried to keep it as clean and as crisp as possible. Now, one of the things that I should have done, to be honest, is I should have made this entire floor dark tan to go along with this, and then made the main entrance of this floor the dark, or the regular nougat, then tan, then pink, and then made this top floor all sand green. I should have done it that way, and in hindsight, as we always say, hindsight is 20/20. I really wish I had, but I'm not going to rebuild the whole thing to do that. So, but did want to showcase that a little bit. Now, this section up here, the plan is to have that as a like a spa or a lounge. Some people have suggested that I do some kind of grand ballroom to show for events and weddings and all of that kind of fun stuff, which is a great idea. So I might change things up and do that, but not exactly sure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this bad boy apart and show you all of the interior details that I have so far and my plans for them. Alright guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and took off the upper floors, and essentially I still have the art boutique or the art store right there, and I really actually loved that design, so I kept that as whole. However, this one over here, although the art piece is right there, I'm actually going to probably pop that out and switch it to something else. I kept the kind of the same outline, but I do plan on doing a different kind of build and then getting another sign for this. Now, when it comes to the interiors on this one, as I mentioned before, these are all going to be split smaller boutiques. Okay, so I'm going to be rearranging these a little bit. I just wanted to get a brief outline. So this, I'm actually, now that I've looked at it and seen the size of it, I'm probably going to cut this down to about here, and this is going to be a boutique, and then these are a couple smaller boutiques, and I'm just going to inch this way and open these sides up a little bit. So I'm thinking now that I look at the space, this is going to probably be 2 or 3 different boutiques on this side, or in this small area, and then one on this side. So thinking 2 or 3 boutiques across here, maybe 4, depending on what I can put together. And then the same on that other side. Okay. Now when it comes to the center part here, my original plan was to actually make this a nice little luxury spa of some kind. I may still do that, but I did get an amazing idea when I shared some pictures, and they showcased a grand ballroom, and I think this space would actually be quite wonderful for that. So I might go ahead and actually switch this. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should do. Should I keep it the spa? Should I make it a grand ballroom? If I did the spa, now that I've had the other floors laid out, this is kind of basically a pool that I plan on having. This will actually be moved over to here. So that is my plan for that. And the reason for that is because essentially where the hotel elevators are set up in my build, they're all along this wall, and you're not going to step out of the elevator and jump right into the pool. So if I keep this spa or pool in the bottom floor like this, I would actually move it over to this side and have these more like bungalows. However, if I do end up putting this as like a banquet hall, then I would just take that in itself out, still have the elevators on this side, but gear more towards like the stage and stuff like that here, with the dance floor and then people sitting around these areas here. So again, let me know in the comments below what you think I should do with this floor, if you think those are good ideas, if you would change it up, etc. So let's go ahead and move to the second floor, or the main entrance to the hotel itself. Alright guys, so here we have the main entrance and lobby of the Grand Boutique Hotel. So when it comes to this space, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. I've got pieces all within it, and I haven't really done any structural stuff or anything as far as outlines or anything like that. And the reason why is because I know this space here is actually going to take the longest to build, because I really have to think about what we have and what we're doing. So first things first, the only thing that I've really set up here is this section right here, and this is going to be basically where the hotel rooms, or basically where the elevators are. So that is the plan. So this is going to be kind of a dividing area. This space is going to be divided up. I'm thinking to have like a little lounge or bar, maybe a little restaurant. Not exactly sure, because I am limited on space. Some of the hotels that I've been to, they've had lounges on both sides. They've had like a little bar or party area. On one side, maybe like a seating area or what they call a lounge. On the other, maybe a restaurant of sorts, as well as the concierge. You have the area for checking into the hotel, all that kind of stuff. So for the most part, that's kind of what we have here. Not much to it. Again, I know this space is going to take the longest to really put forth the effort and design work in, but that's kind of what I've got going on for this space. Let's go ahead and move on to the third floor. Alright guys, so here we are on the third floor, and it's really rough. So here is basically my plan. So we're going to have 4 hotel rooms on each side, all with bathrooms. Bathrooms are going to be shower only, no tub. Okay, and there's going to be your basic beds, your armoires, lamps, all that kind of fun stuff. And then in addition to that, we're going to be putting artwork on all of the walls. Now the 4th floor is actually already done, so I'm going to be showcasing that here in a little bit. but that kind of gives you an idea what the overall look and feel will be. Now again, I haven't put it in yet, but this section here is going to be for the makeshift elevators. Now I did get an amazing idea. The haunted house had an amazing elevator ride aspect to it, and it was suggested to me that I use this space here as the elevator. So I think that's actually a really great idea. It does take up quite a bit of space, but depending on what I can put together, it's just enough space for those elevators. Now the downfall to that is I have to basically manage that space on every single floor. So that cuts into some of the designs and stuff that I have set for that. But I really do like that concept. I do really like, because it does have that same feel of this. So that's working out really well in my brain. But yeah, so this is how essentially the third floor. Now I have toilets and stuff like that already set aside, but this kind of gives you an idea of the overall look and how the shower is going to be, or how this floor is going to be. Now coming over to here, I've already started putting together this particular bathroom, and to be honest, it does feel a little bit big in some aspects, but cramped in others. So let me get your thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Is that a decent sized bathroom? So should I cut it down even 1 or 2 studs going in either direction? Let me know in the comments below. But overall, that is how the third floor is set up. So we're going to go ahead and move to the fourth floor and bring that over. Alright guys, so for the fourth floor, here we have the majority of the floor is done. So we have a main suite here with a nice sized bathroom. We have artworks on the walls in several different places. Again, keeping the essence of the build, I went ahead and kept a lot of the furniture work, the furniture design, just transferred those over to the other, to this build via the other build that Lego designed. So I really wanted to incorporate those and just kind of scatter all of those, because it made it easy to just transfer those over. So all of these rooms are different sizes, but they are mirrored. So we have a bigger room here, followed by a smaller room, a little bit bigger of a room, followed by a super tiny room. All right, and then moving across the hall, kind of the same thing, just kind of kept the essence of the build. And I wanted to add a lot of artwork because that was the original intent of the build, was to have it, the boutique hotel, the original build itself, had that art boutique down at the bottom. And I wanted to, I could have easily made that boutique way bigger, but what I decided to do is just add all the artwork throughout the hotel and then have that as a small boutique downstairs. So that's kind of the mindset when it comes to that. And then as you guys can see, we have all the artwork along the walls of the hallway. Back here, what I've decided to do is, this is basically a concierge area. I've been to a couple hotels where they had the concierge service up on the top floor. That way it's easy access. I also added some more of the artwork from the original designs and then made my own along the walls. I popped these out just to give it a little bit of character. Added these lights, which I really like, and that textural piece there. Now, the only thing I really have left to do is tile this out. So I am actually not going to tile out the rooms. I just think that would be a little bit too much. But I am going to tile out these hallways. And my mindset is that over here is the original tile work for the first floor of the boutique hotel. So my mindset, or what I plan on doing, is just taking that and transferring it right over to here, but to have several down the pathway. So maybe you know, 3 designs, one here, one here, one here. But again, because I am putting the elevator here, I kind of have to figure out what I want to do with that. As you can see, if I used this space from the other floor as the, you know, basically the elevator shaft, now we come into a problem of these 2 doors being right there. So that's kind of the stuff. Now I went ahead, I haven't done any kind of fancy work to these elevators doors or this elevator area. I do plan on adjusting that a little bit and making it a little bit nicer, but that's kind of what my mindset is. And here you have the details of the 4th floor. All right, so let's go ahead and move on, put the roof on this bad boy, and give you an idea of what I'm going to do with that 5th floor. All right, guys, so here is the top floor, the 5th floor, and the roof. So originally my plan was to have this lined up, you know, to have it here, but I'm not sure exactly if I want to do that. I'm actually thinking about maybe putting a rooftop pool here, or some kind of lounge area for guests. I've actually also thought about, because it was suggested in comments to have, you know, like a grand ballroom, I have thought about actually moving this somewhat forward, a little bit forward, not much, maybe to about here. That way I can use this area as a grand ballroom. But again, not exactly sure what I want to do with that. Just kind of playing around with ideas. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Now, I went ahead and still designed the top roof of that. Again, if I move it forward, I obviously need to add some on the back end. But it just kind of gives you an idea of what I want to do. I also might just put a bar up here or a lounge area for the lifestyles of the rich and famous. But again, not exactly sure. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Should I move this forward? Should I just keep it as is? Again, I don't want to move this too far forward because I do want to keep the essence of this section here. So if I did move this forward, this dome would kind of probably sit like right here, and then have more room in the back for the grand ballroom. So what do you guys think? Should I move the grand ballroom up here, or should I just keep it a bar or a lounge? Like, what are your thoughts on the build for that? All right, guys, so there you have it. That is an update on the build and my progress. I've gotten a lot done. This thing is ginormous. So again, I've combined 4 boutique hotels plus a lot of my own main parts. Been working on this for several months now, and it is really, really coming along. I actually weighed this thing as it stands right now without all of the details that I plan to add. It weighs in at a whopping 25.5 pounds. That is ginormous. So a lot of people have asked me as far as transportation. As you saw, it does break down in regards to being modular, but it doesn't split, like the base doesn't split for easy access. So I will have to actually work on that a little bit. I don't plan on splitting the base at all. I think it's modularized well as is. But as far as height and size and all that, transportation-wise, it does become more difficult. However, as you guys can see right there, there are 2 sheets of siding there. It is brick siding. So if I come over here and show you, you get an idea of the brick facades. So here we have the brick facades. I went with the brick facades, well, because 36 bricks. So, and I call everybody Brix heads. So this is kind of my mindset. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to be making some customized transportation crates. And so I've got these, I've got some of the wood over here, and I'm going to be doing that. You guys will see that video. That way I can just pop in, you know, the build like this, or some of my other builds for displays, expos, you know, conferences and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is my plan for transportation and all of that. Hope you guys like this build. I am really enjoying the process of this build and everything that it encompasses. Definitely had a challenge with this section up here. As you guys know, if you guys have been watching me build this on live streams, it was rather difficult, and I was really excited to get that done. So again, guys, really hope you guys enjoy stuff like this. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on 36 Bricks. Ooh, this one's cool. Check this one out. I agree, that one's cool, but this one's awesome. Ooh, I like this one. I just can't stop watching. Well, I like them all, and I'm gonna subscribe. Can you do the same? Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on 36 Bricks.